welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Adrienne and I post faith-based content. So in today's video, I decided to do an about me video so that you guys can get to know me, so that we can connect, so that we can basically get the preliminaries out of the way, but so that you can kind of know who I am a little bit and you can see if we have anything in common. Yes, I'm just a lover of not having a car note. It's a wonderful thing. You should try it out. All right, next one. I recently heard a very new definition of introvert versus extrovert. So, an introvert is a person who thinks before they speak, and an extrovert is a person who doesn't think before they speak. Very different definition of the traditional use that we're used to. And by that definition, I am actually considered an introvert. I'm the person that thinks before I speak. I'm not the person that's just going to blab out hurtful things in an argument, or I'm not the person that's just going to go off at the mouth whenever you cut me off in traffic. I'm not that person. I'm the person that thinks about how you're gonna feel or thinks about the repercussions of the words that I use before I use them. So by that definition, your girl is an introvert. Next one. I thought this was a pretty cool fact actually. Every closet in our house has a different color hanger. So I'm gonna show you guys what our closets look like, each of them. I'm gonna tell you where that came from. So when we sold our house about 20 minutes up the road from where we currently live now, one of the things that they told us was that we have to make it look aesthetically pleasing to the future buyer. And by doing that, we had to take out all of the clothes or minimize the closet, and they told us specifically that all the clothes needed to be on one color hanger. At the time, we shared closets, so we had to put all of our clothes on one color hanger, and we chose white for that color. Since we've moved here, we somehow have grown an abundance of hangers. We haven't had to buy any, but we just have a super abundance of hangers. Like, I don't know how that happened, but we actually are very proud of that fact. The next one says, I am not a fan of ceiling fans. Pun intended, yes. I'm not a fan of ceiling fans. I don't like them. I don't use them. I've gotten to the point now where I don't get sick technically where I wake up with a stuffy nose, but I just am not a fan of ceiling fans. Like, even when it's going, like let's say it's hot or warm outside, even when it's going, I just feel like it's annoying. Like the air on me is just like annoying. Like I don't like to feel that like constant breeze like all the time unless I'm sitting directly in front of the fan intentionally trying to get cool or get warm. The ceiling fan is annoying. The next one says, I went to private school most of my elementary. Between homeschool and private school, I did not enter 7th grade. I did not enter public school until 7th grade. I was one of 2 black people in my grade, and then I moved schools again in the 8th grade where I was one of 15 or 20 black people. So, speaking of moving schools, let's talk about high school. So when I graduated high school, I know you guys would be super, super surprised to hear this, but in all honesty, I graduated bottom 50% of my class. That's right, I know, bottom 50%. But look, God is good and His grace is sufficient for you and me because I don't look like what I've been through. And my parents don't look like what they've been through with me. Because listen, it wasn't a matter of me being dumb or anything like that. I just didn't really try. I didn't really have or establish good study habits, and I just didn't really school wasn't a focus to me. Like I found a love that I really loved early on in life, and that's what I focused on. Cosmetology, I love doing hair. I love the industry, cosmetology industry. And so I knew that that's what I wanted to do after high school, and so I didn't focus on school anymore. I don't know, I didn't. So I graduated in bottom 50%, At one point in my high school career, I remember bringing home a 1.75 GPA. It was pretty bad, you guys. Next one, all right, says, I'm just on a roll with this school stuff, y'all. My next one is, it took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree. Yes, from the time that I started obtaining my bachelor's degree to the time that I finished, a total of 12 years. Testimony, because degrees don't have time frames on them. So if you're out there and you're like, it's been 6 years, it's been 7 years, 8 years, 9 years for my bachelor's or master's, don't stop. Degrees don't have titles on them. They don't have dates on them. Nobody knows that except for the people I tell. And now the whole world will soon know that it took me 12 years to obtain a 4-year degree. So the next one says that my least favorite house chore by far is dishes. I despise doing dishes. I don't like putting them away. I don't like washing, drying. I don't like doing them. I just don't like doing them. And what's interesting is I'm also, because I'm environmentally savvy, or because I'm an environmentalist, I don't really care to use paper plates and paper products or things that are going to continue to destroy our environment. So I'd rather wash my dishes than use throwaway dishes like paper plates and stuff. So I don't really spend extra money on stuff that I'm gonna throw in the trash. So I just wash them. But the dishwasher is a must-have in my house. Must-have, okay? The next one says, all right, so you see how these blinds behind me are open? So let's say the sun sets and these blinds are still open. Some reason, somehow, some way, I feel like Michael Myers is like staring at me from the outside of my window. Like, I don't know why, but I just feel so eerie. I feel like I'm being watched. I feel like it's just the most uncomfortable thing ever, and I don't like it. So when the sun's getting ready to set, I make it a point to close my windows, and like I make it a like I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like having my windows open after dark. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe you're like that. But yeah. So next one. Oh my gosh, I do not like owls. Do you guys like owls? Like, okay, so backstory. Growing up, my grandmother used to have a garden, and we used to grow all of our own vegetables: tomatoes, okra, bell peppers, cucumbers. We used to grow all of our own vegetables, and she used to scare the animals away, right? And so she bought these ugly gnome owls from I don't know where, and those things, like, she scarred me for life. She had them on like all the corners of like the different areas of the house to keep away the birds and to keep away from her crops and stuff. And I promise you, to this day, I still do not like owls. I won't wear an owl shirt. I won't buy an owl watch. I won't wear owl jewelry. I do not like owls. I don't think owls are cute on purses. I don't like owls. Don't like them. Okay, okay, so I did not leave home knowing how to cook. Like, I basically learned how to cook as an adult, and I'm still not like the best cook. So yeah, I'm just very fortunate to not have a picky husband. I mean, I openly say that. So I can follow a recipe to the T, honey. I can follow a recipe, but you ask me to put something extra in it, and it's gonna turn out nasty. So I'm gonna follow the recipe for the most part, unless, you know what I'm saying, like, I've learned to put more seasoning than what it calls for, but I'm not about to add some chili powder if it don't call for it. I'm not about to add some curry seasoning if it don't call for it. Like, I'll add some extra salt, pepper, and garlic, but that's about it. That's about it. So go ahead and cancel me, it's fine. Oh, here's one. So, you know it's fall right now, right? It's fall. Well, listen. Fall is known for pumpkin everything. Pumpkin candles, pumpkin lattes, pumpkin everything. You guys, I cannot stand the smell of pumpkin unless it's coffee. I don't like pumpkin candles. I don't like pumpkin air freshener. I don't like pumpkin room decor. Like, I don't like pumpkin potpourri. Like, I think that it smells absolutely disgusting and gives me a headache, except for coffee. If it's pumpkin coffee or pumpkin spice coffee, okay. Like actual coffee, not pumpkin coffee flavored candle, right? No, has to be actual pumpkin coffee. So there's that. The next one says, I do not drink. I don't drink. I have not had a sip of liquor since April 2015. That was the month that I made the decision to move forward. I never looked back in the things of God, and so I literally have not had a drink since April 2015. So this is 5 years. This year is 5 years that I have not had a drink of alcohol. And it had nothing to do, let me tell you this, let me just insert this little free clip. It had nothing to do with my deciding to walk upright with the Lord. Well, that was how it started, but that's not how it really continued or continues now. I basically saw what alcohol did to my family, and I did not want that for my life. I did not want that for myself. And so I decided to just kind of put that behind me, and here I am 5 years later, no alcohol, and living my best life. Next one says, I was born abroad. I was born in Germany. And I actually had the opportunity for a dual citizenship, but I mean, I was only in Germany for a few months, and I don't know anyone. I've never been back to the country except for like as a layover. I basically turned down the dual citizenship. Like when I turned 18, I had the opportunity because I was born over there to get it, and I decided there was no point. So yes, I was homeschooled I went to a Christian school most of elementary or a private school, whatever. Christian private school. I went to a Christian private school most of elementary. Okay. But guess what? My favorite motivational speaker, Eric Thomas, it took him 12 years to get a 4-year degree too. So, joke's on you. Okay. Maybe, is that a pet peeve or is that a fun fact? I don't know, you decide. Y'all's cancel culture is so thick around here. Y'all probably about to cancel me for this one, but I don't care because it's true. I don't know. I don't really I'm not the best cook.